What's good, my people? Flash Speaks back, man, for another video. This here video is directed specifically at the 10 o'clock, the 10 to 2 show for Philadelphia Sports WIP. The host being Joe Gigglio, Hugh Douglas, and the other guy's name, I forgot his name, maybe Todd or something, I don't know, the third guy who handles the phones and everything. No disrespect, but I just forgot your name right now. The question today is concerning the Philadelphia Eagles, and the idea is, or what they're being pushed is, that the Philadelphia Eagles don't pass the ball a whole lot, 30 times a game, or whatever, what have you, because they don't trust Jalen Hurts. This is meaning Nick Sirianni, the coaching staff. They don't trust Jalen Hurts to throw the ball a lot or to have a heavy throwing game. And where they're getting this from is Donovan McNabb. Now, the reason I'm making a video about it is I tried to call in the show. It's constantly busy. I can't get through. And it's probably because they pissed off half of the city. And they're also being very disrespectful to callers who are disagreeing with them. All right, so since I can't do that, I'm going to just put the video here on my channel, and this is what I'm going to say. Okay, no Joe Gigglio, no Hugh Douglas. I do not agree that the Philadelphia Eagles are a heavy run team or a heavy pass team because they don't trust Jalen Hurts. I'm going to give you two reasons why the Philadelphia Eagles are this heavy run team and pass kind of when they have to, or take risky passes when they have to. Number one, it has more to do with Saquon Barkley than it does Jalen Hurts. What do I mean? Because Saquon Barkley was so great last year, and because going with Saquon and riding Saquon's greatness is lower risk because he doesn't fumble the ball, and it also produced crazy explosive plays and over 2,000 yards. And the Philadelphia Eagles won a Super Bowl using this formula, primarily throughout the regular season. They probably see no reason why you would veer away from that. Okay, this is probably number one. So it has more to do with the greatness of Saquon Barkley and less to do with a mistrust of Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. The second reason is it's the coach, Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni, since he's been here in Philadelphia, I think struggles with the idea of running a balanced attack. He struggles with balance. Why do I say this? When we go back to 2021, when Nick Sirianni first took the job, and he was the primary play caller, Nick Sirianni would hardly ever run the football. He passed the ball at an alarming rate, almost 70% of the time. And this was despite the fact that the running game was the strongest part of the team. I recall a game against the Dallas Cowboys where Nick Sirianni did not call a running play until midway through the second quarter of the football game. Okay? So Nick Sirianni didn't have a problem trusting Jalen Hurts then when it comes to passing the ball. He was just into passing. Okay? Nick Sirianni had to learn how to incorporate a run game. Okay? So then we go to, he finally turns the reins over, okay, in the middle of the year to Shane Steichen, who then switches the offense up, and then the Philadelphia Eagles were able to actually make the playoffs that year. Going into 2022, Nick Sirianni, of course, with Shane Steichen's calling the offense, and the Eagles have the most balanced offense that we had in 2022. This was Jalen Hurts' all-pro season in his breakout year, 2022. The Eagles were a very balanced team. Fast forward, then we're going to 2023. This is that year we make it to the Super Bowl. We lose. to 2023 when you have Brian Johnson with a lot of Nick Sirianni intervention. Okay? Again, you go back to a team. Pass, rarely running, stuff like that. Nick Sirianni had no problems trusting Jalen Hurts then, okay? So I don't think it's a matter of trust. However, then we go to last year where we got Saquon Barkley, and we had probably one of the greatest running games ever, which wasn't really unleashed until around week 5, okay? Now, what I know the counter argument will be is that, they tried to go with Jalen Hurts. They call it going with Jalen Hurts, which means passing the ball more in the first 4 games. And, it didn't work. This is the narrative that they put out there, which is disingenuous. Number one, people like to point out the two interceptions thrown in the Packer game week 1. Okay? Without mentioning the fact that the Eagles won that game. Okay, Eagles won the game. So even if you want to point out the 2 interceptions, or I think it was an interception and maybe a fumble or something, right? The Eagles still won the game. So the thing about that crap where, okay, we don't turn the ball over, the purpose is if we don't turn the ball over, we win. So we don't pass the ball because there's less chance of turnovers. Well, he still won the game. And then the next game, the game of the Falcon game, we were without A.J. Brown, without Lane Johnson. But there was a number of reasons, and the Eagles almost still won that game if Saquon Barkley catches the football. Okay, this happens in the week 2. Then the week 3 beat the Saints, okay, without A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, mind you. And then in the week 4, that Tampa game, right before the bye. In my opinion, I don't think the Eagles had any really intention on winning that game. It's just my personal opinion. You can disagree, whatever. I felt like they were looking forward to the bye, and they played like crap on both offense and defensive side. I kind of throw that game away. I really do. That's just me. You can disagree, it's your choice. But the point that I'm making here is the Philadelphia Eagles discovered a formula of playing football that was working. And it wasn't really the idea of not trusting Jalen Hurts, because you saw other times of the year where, we passed the ball against the Steelers, did all this kind of stuff. We saw what happened in the playoffs, last 2 games, all of that. It is never a not trusting Jalen Hurts thing. It's just that the running game was working so well, the defense was working so well, there's no reason to not play that way, right? So, but I know at the end of the day, Joe Gigglio, he just needs something to talk about. So he may even halfway believe the crap that he's saying. Hugh Douglas, I have no idea. I don't know. I just don't like the way they're insulting callers who are calling up because they don't agree with them. Just because callers don't disagree doesn't mean, we're stupid or we're just not able to see without blinders because we love Jalen Hurts and all this bullshit. No, we just disagree with you. All right? Peace out.